I got not probably. I have the best fantasy running back and probably the best fantasy GM in the game.
Oh, wow.
Austin Ekeler. What's
we might
up,
have to check that last one, but the first one for sure. We're bringing it. Last year was a down year, but hey, we're gonna bounce back from that. Yeah. Looking forward to being back and finding a new home. Whether it's back with my same team or maybe somewhere else, but making an impact in the fantasy world. But not only there, but on the field as well.
So, talking about the Chargers, obviously they got a new coach.
Yes.
Coach Harbaugh.
Yes.
Is that, and I know it's a business. We play.
Yep.
We don't really care about the coaches. We want to make sure the business is right.
We do care about the coaches.
We do.
But
the business got to be right for us first.
Well, there's two sides.
Okay, talk to me. Because maybe I did something wrong.
Well, here's the thing. I feel like when you're a younger player, you're more susceptible to diversity and trying, because you got a little bit longer time in your career, right?
Yes.
I'm going into year 8. So it goes from quantitative to qualitative, right? I'm looking for good qualities. Like, hey, how are you going to use me, right? Am I going to be on the field? Hey, what's the culture like? What's the leadership look like?
Right.
Who is the head coach? Do I mesh well with that type of style?
Right.
And then absolutely the business side comes into it, the quantitative side too, because you don't want to get lowballed. You can't mess up the market for everyone else.
Exactly.
So you got to stand on that business, absolutely. But there's two sides now. You get older, like I said,
That's
you're young, you got a little more leeway, right? You can go to a place, where they're trying to rebuild and stuff like that. Rebuilding right now for me, it's like,
yeah, I don't got time.
Yeah, I ain't got time to rebuild.
Don't got time.
No. We're trying to win now.
Let's talk a little bit about the business side when it comes to a running back.
Yeah.
Obviously, last offseason, there was a lot of the RBs upset trying to get their due paper.
Yeah.
Emmitt Smith, Jerome Bettis, I got a chance to speak with them a couple months ago, and they said there's a lot of disrespect going into the value of the running back.
Yeah.
Speak a little bit about that.
Yeah, absolutely. So what we were pissed off about beginning of the season is we had Saquon, we had Josh Jacobs, who just came off of 1,600 rushing yards, like 13 touchdowns or something like that, and then Tony Pollard, who just came off of one of his best years too.
Yep.
And they're on their first contract. So after that, okay, great. I've been building up, and these guys have been. Josh Jacobs has been, a staple of the Raiders for a while. It's like, okay, he's coming up to contract year. Hey, Josh, we're not going to pay you. Not only are we not going to pay you, we're going to give you a 1 year. You get to take all the risk, and you don't get to negotiate your contract. This is your number.
Right.
You don't get to go talk to any other teams. You don't get to do any of that. Here you go.
Yep.
And we're set, all the other running backs, like, you can't keep doing this to all three of those guys.
Right.
And so it's like, it's not just the running backs, it's the players in general. Like, it's terrible for us because we're trying to continue to extend our career, make an impact.
Yes.
And when we have success, we want to continue to spread that and lock in some years because of that.
Yes.
Reap the benefits of us giving to the game, right? And so we got together because it's like, we are getting disrespected. And they're treating us like, oh, well, these guys don't last. You can go look at Christian. He's in year 7, right? He's still doing it. Look at Raheem. He's still doing it. It's not that every running back is worthy of getting the top pay, but they're definitely, when the guys are playing at that level, they should get the opportunity to go get that.
Let me say what I think. I played in Dallas for a while. I played for the Raiders, but I played in Dallas for a while. I had Zeke. He was my teammate. What I've noticed is, like you said, he's slowing down. There's not longevity. And the way I look at it is, you're not using them the same. If Zeke is a guy, 1 year, and you're giving the ball 25 times a game, and then the next year TP comes in, and you only hand Zeke the ball 15 times a game, he is not going to produce the same way he did when you gave him 25.
Yeah.
Is he slowing down, or are you not giving him the ball the same?
There's all these scenarios, right? But at the end of the day, I feel like they do know the value. And it played out in my situation where I wanted to go get a trade. When there was like, hey, they're not going to extend you, Austin. All right, they're not going to extend me. Let me go get a trade.
Yeah.
They're like, okay, we'll let you go get a trade, but we need a first-round pick. It was like, wait a minute. So
talk to him.
So when I want to talk to you and I want to get an extension, you won't even give me any number that's any worthy of something that I've been playing at the level I've been playing at. But when you want to go trade, now you're like, oh, I want a first round pick because that's what you're worth.
That don't make no sense.
So now I'm worth a first round pick, but to you I'm not. But to other people you're saying that I should be. So there was some backwards, thinking there that was kind of like a little funky with me, and going on there. So it's like they're using their leverage, and sometimes that can fire back against you. And so yeah, we did feel disrespected when they put that franchise tag. It's just a franchise in general. We saw it happen to the safeties. We saw it happen to the tight ends. It happened to actually the long snappers one time. And now that just happened to us last year. And so it's something that it's in the CBA. It sucks because it locks us into a 1-year deal and we take all the risk.
Yeah.
Especially if you had a great year, they can do it to you again, especially your first round.
You can do it again. Kirk did it like 2 or 3 times.
I know. It's so bad. Yeah. It's so bad. But we're always trying to create this system and try to make it better, and so that's one of those things that we got to decide. Hey, do we want to get rid of this? As a union, and try to fight for this. But yeah, so look, I'm proud of our guys. I'm proud of these guys that have gone out. We got some young guys showing up. We got some older guys showing out as well. But just as running backs, we got to continue to make value for the team, which we do. This is what we've always done. And then we got to continue to advocate for ourselves.
Let's get off the hot seat. Let's talk about the Super Bowl.
Let's talk about it.
Is Christian McCaffrey the X factor in the game?
Yeah, absolutely. This man is Mr. Consistent, plays at a high level. Okay. When he gets the ball in his hands, he's dynamic. You can throw it to him. You can hand it to him. He's good at the goal line. He's good in the open space. He can get open in routes. The dude is he is him.
He's that guy.
He is him. He needs to be. I need them to win so he can go be MVP of the Super Bowl. And so we can be like, look at our RBs go.
Yeah.
Look at our RBs go, man.
Hey, there we go.
Let's go. Same thing with Pacheco though. He can still do it for his team. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so you talked about Christian. Obviously, you play against the Chiefs twice a year.
Yeah.
Talk to me about that defense.
Yeah.
And do you think they have a shot in stopping CMC? Their defense cold.
I think they have a good matchup against him.
Okay.
As best as the prize is going to get, they got Nick Bolton, who's a super athletic linebacker. They also have Drew, who I know he's one of my former teammates we played. I know he's extremely athletic too. He was a safety in college, converted to linebacker, so he's got that skill to be able to move in space and cover.
Okay.
And so I think they have the best chance. I think it's still going to be really hard because this dude is elite and he is different. One of the best I think to ever do it, and he'll continue to prove that I think over and over. He has when he's been on the field. So. They got a chance, but I don't think you can. I don't think you can. Because here's the thing. Because not only is it just containing Christian, but you got to contain the rest of the offense too. So you can't. If you contain Christian, who's guarding these other guys?
Yeah.
Who's guarding Debo? Right? Brandon Ayuk. Kittle. So.
And the Purdy hitting them.
They got problems. They got problems if you're their defense.
So who do you have winning the game?
I don't have either of them winning the game. I don't care who wins the game.
I know you don't care, but who you got?
Here's what I care.
I
don't care. Someone's got to win. I don't care who the hell it is. I care that guys get through healthy, and I want our running backs to pop off.
So running backs pop off. He said, I don't give a damn about none of the red teams. The red teams both going to play. I don't care about the Chiefs. I don't care about the Niners. Okay, Austin, I love vanilla ice cream, and when I think about Dairy Queen, I think about a vanilla large vanilla cone. Talk to me about the partnership, baby.
We're talking Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And if you're not at the game, you're probably watching it from home, right?
Yeah.
And if you're watching from home, what you got to have an assortment of food.
Yes.
You got to have a good array of food where people can go, because that's part of the experience, right? We got food, we got drinks, we got the whole thing. We're watching the game. And so Dairy Queen has stepped up this year, and they're giving us some more options. We know from the iconic Blizzard, they hand it to you, it doesn't fall out of the cup. They do that. But now we're talking some chicken strips. We got some honey barbecue,
they got the
toss
strip.
and sauce chicken strips. So we got some chicken strips that they're putting on the menu, and they're spicing up. They're bringing some new menu items to their menu for us for Super Bowl. It's looking great, man. And then also, right, they got some burger selections as well. But putting food back on the menu and really trying to highlight food this year for DQ. I've been a fan. All of us are fans of the Blizzard, but definitely check out some chicken strips for the Super Bowl.
Ladies and gentlemen, Austin Ekeler.